On today's video, I'll be testing a M.2 NVMe and the M.2 SATA in this PCI-express X4 to M.2 NVMe adapter. So right now I have a M.2 NVMe SSD attached to it with a heatsink. So let me take this out and just put it in to just show you. It's quite simple to put in. Just put it at an angle. You could use an adapter if you want, like I did with this M.2 NVMe. This one's a Toaster heatsink, M.2 NVMe heatsink with a fan, and you have to power it to use it. So I'll be just putting in an M.2 SATA and I'll be testing that. I'll be testing both actually. So let me get this out first. Out of this thing. I think an M.2 SATA SSD like this should work in an adapter like that, but I'll be testing it out today to make sure that it does work. Here it is. That's how it looks like. Sorry about the fan noise, that's for my computer. I'm going to put that in. It should work. Both should work actually. Just like that, put it at an angle. I think that's about maybe 25 to 30 degrees. Put it at an angle and slot it in. So I'll be testing this on my old Dell Precision T3500 computer, which does not have native M.2 NVMe support at all. Getting this in is a little bit tricky. With the bracket installed, that is. But it's possible to do. This thing comes with the bracket not installed, so you have to install the bracket on here, which I already did. Let me make sure if it's tight enough. Okay, I'm just going to put this in my computer and we're going to see if this one actually works. Okay, so I have the M.2 SATA SSD installed into that PCI-express X4 M.2 NVMe adapter, and I don't see the 500 gigabyte SSD drive here. It's not detecting it. Let's see if we could see it in computer management. I don't see any 500 gigabyte drive here. It's not here. It's not anywhere. I have a 1 gigabyte. I have a 2 gigabyte. I have a 2 gigabyte here. 1 gigabyte and a 1 gigabyte. So 2. 1 gigabytes and 2 terabyte, 500 gigabyte is in here. So I guess this adapter doesn't work with M.2 SATA. Okay, so now I installed the M.2 NVMe drive. This one is detected as iDrive. This is the only 500 gigabyte storage device that I have on this computer. I have three storage devices on this computer. First one is I have two 2 terabyte hard drives. One is partitioned to 1 terabyte, and the other one is just 1 terabyte. So I have 3 devices. This one is the M.2 NVMe SSD. Earlier, I put in the Western Digital M.2 SATA SSD, and that one did not detect. I couldn't see it anywhere. I couldn't see it in computer management, because I know that drive was partitioned and formatted, so it should have just showed up on Windows Explorer. The 500 gigabyte device, I could see it in computer management. It's this one right here. So you can't use an M.2 SATA SSD with this PCI-express M.2 NVMe adapter. As you clearly saw in this video, that it's not possible to do that. So if you have M.2 SATA SSDs, maybe you need to get a different adapter, because this one does not work. Yeah, I hope you found this video helpful. And if you liked it, you could leave a thumbs up. You could leave a comment if you have any thoughts, and thanks for watching.